A top title has changed hands on SmackDown. A WWE star is expected to return soon. And John Cena is set for a huge WrestleMania match. Stay tuned for all the wrestling news. Last night's SmackDown, Sam. The first one of the new year.
The first one with a big blue...
With a lovely blue canvas. Yeah, what did you think of the canvas? We'll kick that off now.
Well, it shocked me when I logged in to get it watched, and I was like, what?
It's blue.
Yeah,
everything's blue.
It took a bit of getting used to, but it'll settle.
I'm intrigued to see if that lasts past this week, or if this was just they're testing things out, because we did see another canvas before the show. They had all the logos on it, all that sort of stuff, all the advertisements. But yeah, a blue canvas. But what isn't blue is Tiffany Stratton, as she's celebrating her big victory last night.
It was so tense. It was so tense.
So Tiffany Stratton is the new WWE Women's Champion. She, of course, cashed in her Money in the Bank briefcase.
Tiffy in the bank, please.
Tiffy in the bank. Sorry, Tiffy in the bank. She cashed in after Naomi versus Nia Jax. Nia Jax getting the win over Naomi there. There was a sort of a beatdown from Nia and Tiffy onto Naomi, but Bianca made the save.
Bianca made the save, and then Tiffy was sort of like, well, why don't you get in there and get a piece of Bianca, Nia? And then when Nia's distracted, she hits her with the case, and finally she cashes in. But before that, there was a bit of a double down as well, which kind of had her come out, and then she goes to cash it in, and then she shoved the referee over into the timekeeper area. It was all a bit hectic, but it all paid off for her.
I thought it was really, really well done, because we've seen these cash-in attempts from Tiffany in the past where it's like, she's gone. Oh, Nia's caught her. Nia's caught her. They kind of teased that again last night, and then the payoff was fantastic. So, Tiffany Stratton now winning the title on the very first SmackDown of the new year. WrestleVotes, though, reporting that this was indeed a last-minute change, with rewrites taking place for the show just hours before it, and Tiffany's win being one of them.
I mean, it's a good thing to come from the rewrites, but let's not walk too far down that alley again, the rewriting stuff on the day. But you got to imagine something drastic must have changed, because it's not the done thing now. It feels that there's rewrites.
There's not rewrites. Yeah, my mindset, I guess, is they go, oh yeah, it is quite a big SmackDown. It's the first one with the 3 hours, the first one of the new year. Let's have a title change. Yeah. It was going back and forth. Do we don't? And I'm glad they did. There is, though, one thing looming in the distance when Tiffany Stratton has that title. And I'm kind of worried, because I feel like it's inevitable that they will clash. Of course, we're referring to one Charlotte Flair. Now, as per a report from Fightful Select, WWE talent that they have spoken to has claimed that they expect Charlotte Flair to be returning sooner than later. Do you think we'll see her this month? Do you think we'll see her at Rumble? Do you think we'll see her surely before WrestleMania?
She could come in and she could win the Rumble. She could come in and she could crash Becky's big homecoming and just ruin that for her. We don't know quite what is laid up for Charlotte, but you've got to expect her sooner rather than later. She's been dearly missed on TV, I think.
She's not been on screen all year.
Yeah, so I think that getting that injection of Charlotte back into the division is going to be a very interesting one.
I'm intrigued to see whether they do. I like the idea of putting her with Becky and reigniting that there. Does Tiffany's first sort of big title competitor, does it need to be Charlotte, though? For me, does it need? For me, I don't feel like it needs to be to give her a legitimizing win.
But then if Charlotte comes back and loses straight away to Tiffy, it's a weird one. I don't know. I feel like Charlotte's got to come back and win.
Yeah, maybe. I feel like, natural reaction was that she would be at the Rumble.
Unless she's like rebuffed first and then comes back, wins the Rumble, and then goes on, we get a Mania.
I wouldn't object to Tiffany versus Charlotte at Mania. Let us know in the comments below what you want to see Charlotte Flair doing when she returns to the WWE.
Don't just say nothing. Leave a constructive answer. We want a constructive one. We want a conversation with you.
Yeah, come on, guys.
We want to talk about wrestling.
Let us know. But next week's SmackDown has also got another big title match. Sam, tell me about it.
So WWE have announced that Shinsuke Nakamura is set to defend the US Championship against LA Knight next week. This has to be another retention for Nakamura.
Oh, really? Oh, okay. Yeah. So I've got a completely differing opinion on this one. I feel like they only put the belt on Shinsuke because he was going to Noah for a match.
Don't.
And they took the belt and he had the title, and it was like, hey, I'm in Noah. I've got the US Championship. Look at how great WWE is. We're sending a champion to your promotion.
What they did, isn't it?
And then LA Knight, like as soon as they can, have gone, LA Knight's challenging for the belt. Look, I would be upset if Nakamura lost it at this point. But realistically,
when you look at the company, you're so right.
You look at the track record.
They definitely just did that, didn't they?
Yeah, and Tom even said as much on a Pitches video back at Survivor Series. He was like, "Oh, they're putting it on him for Noah, and then he's going to lose it like the SmackDown after." And
God damn you, Campbell.
I'm kind of worried that Tom has jinxed it. He seems to manifest everything, doesn't that man? But looking over to Japan, Sam. There was a big match announced for Wrestle Dynasty tomorrow.
So this has literally just happened as we're recording. But we had, obviously, Tanahashi versus Evil in the big lumberjack match in order to determine who was the true controller of New Japan Pro Wrestling, who the director of the company is. But basically, it resulted in Tanahashi getting the win. Then a beatdown from House of Torture. And then who comes out to make the save but Katsuyori Shibata. So Shibata comes down, chases them off, stands Tanahashi back up. They look eye to eye. They shake hands. It's confirmed tomorrow night at Wrestle Dynasty, or tomorrow morning if you're in the UK, at Wrestle Dynasty, we are going to have Tanahashi versus Shibata.
It's a huge match. It's insane that a match of that caliber is getting announced the night before. Like, that feels like something that perhaps they should have built a little bit.
It's almost like decadent to just sprinkle it on there like a little bit of glitter on the tree.
It's like going, night 2 of WrestleMania on night 1.
We'll just have this,
Cena versus Randy Orton.
Yeah, why not?
That's the match we're having. It's gonna be pretty big. I'm looking forward to Wrestle Dynasty. Of course, we also see Kenny Omega's return there tomorrow against Gabe Kidd. It just feels like it's gaining that little bit of momentum. Maybe a little bit too late, but it is gaining that momentum, especially with today's Wrestle Kingdom. Full results for Wrestle Kingdom will be on at cultaholic.com later today. Now, to round things off, though, we've got WrestleMania planned, Sam. I'm giddy about this one.
I know you would be. Your era. I'm quite giddy as well. I can't lie.
Because according to the Wrestling Observer newsletter, John Cena versus Cody Rhodes is currently scheduled for WrestleMania 41. This was corroborated by Fightful Select, which reports that this has been the plan as far back as mid-November, once it was indicated that The Rock's schedule wouldn't sort of align with WrestleMania. This is a huge match. You have to assume it's going to be for that title.
Yeah, I mean, it's Cena's farewell. He seems to be sticking to the idea of basically being full-time again for this final year. So we're going to see some build. It's surely got to be for the belt. It can't just be like a passing of the torch, mutual
hey,
let's just touch
other.
Gloves, and then have a nice fair fight over nothing.
My guess is that he wins the Rumble, matches Stone Cold Steve Austin's 3 wins, goes on to WrestleMania, and if he wins, he gets the 17-time World Championship accolade.
Oh, yeah.
There's so many accolades that he could win in a very short span.
New Cena loses to old Cena.
Exactly.
Oh, no, it's going to completely fracture him.
Which is a bit of a shame that the passing of the torch is to the older version of him. But I think that's the right move for
have
Cena.
him raise his arm and then have him low blow him. Just turn him heel
Turn
immediately.
heel.
Yeah.
I wouldn't object to that one.
On his retirement,
It would be certainly an interesting way to go with both characters. That's for sure. We do, though, have original plans for what John Cena was involved in at WrestleMania from the Wrestling Observer newsletter, saying that WWE had originally planned for Cena to be involved in the World Championship match at WrestleMania, so the Raw Championship match at WrestleMania, while the other championship was originally going to be occupied by The Rock and Cody Rhodes. What match would have this been?
There was a lot of speculation that it was going to be over the last few weeks, potentially Gunter versus Cena, which would be a hell of a match as well. Yeah, they're certainly building Gunter like an attraction level star. He feels like if they just keep letting him win and run roughshod, he's just going to be like Andre, right?
Let me win, and I'll be the best.
Yeah,
it's a hardcore tactic, isn't it?
So it's, I think, essentially, it could have been a really interesting match, especially with somebody who is so, he's such a face of the brand new generation of WWE stars versus, arguably the biggest star the company's had in modern years. I'm
just enjoying having seen the idea of Cena back for WrestleMania. Just excited for that. Yeah. I'm just excited for that. So whoever he faces, whether it's Cody Rhodes, which it looks like it is, or Gunther, I'm all happy.
It's going to be a banger regardless.
It's a big WrestleMania. But that is all we've got for you just now. We will be back later on today with more wrestling news. So don't go anywhere. It's freezing outside, so we're going to get some coffee to warm us up. See you later.
I made one. I left it through there. What have I done?
What have you done,
It's going to be so cold.